But well, I need 2-3 minutes more.
Do you need some pictures?
Not now, not now.
No, no.
For the end.
You need the lights here?
The what?
Today's date is October 5th, 1996. We are interviewing Mrs. Anna Student, S-T-U-D-E-N-T. Maiden name is Goldstein, G-O-L-D-S-T-E-I-N-S. And my name is Anna Hughes, H-U-G-H-E-S, and we are in Miami Beach, Florida, in the United States, and the language of this interview is English. Today's date is October 5th, 1996. We are interviewing Mrs. Anna Student. My name is Anna Hughes, and we are in Miami Beach, Florida, and the language of this interview is English. Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you please state your name and last name?
My name is Anna Student.
And your maiden name, Miss?
Anna Goldstein.
When and where were you born?
I was born in Maków, in Polonia, in 1918, and in 7th month, the 23rd, July 23rd.
Mrs. Student, would you tell us, please, the name of your parents?
My parents' name is David Goldstein. My mama was Raisel Goldstein.
Do you recall your mother's maiden name?
Yes, Bombol.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
We were 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I am the last one, the baby from the house.
Would you tell us, please, Mrs. Student, the names of your sisters and of your brothers?
Yes. My oldest brother was Israel Goldstein. My second brother was Yaakov Chaim Goldstein. My older sister's name was Pesa Goldstein. My name is Hannah.
Mrs. Goldstein, would you tell us the occupation of your father while living in Poland?
Yeah, they had a grocery store. And we made a beautiful, nice living.
Did you attend school?
Yes, I finished school 7 years. I still finished school, but this wasn't college. This was something like college. I really don't know years ago how they quanned that. This was 7 years. I went to a school in the morning, and in the evening I attended a Hebrew school, Yiddish and Hebrew.
How was the relationship you had with the non-Jews living in Malta?
We had a relationship, no relationship at all. We didn't make relationships with the Gentiles too much. It was a big separation between us.
Tell us, Mrs. Student, was your family traditional Jews?
Yes, traditionally, but not very, very religious.
Did your family attend synagogue?
Yes, we attend Shabbat. And like everybody, my mother wore a sheitel, you know, like the religious people. And my father was religious.
Do you recall the name of the synagogue in Mako?
We didn't have names. They all were little synagogues. We had a few of them because I am from a very small town. We had a few synagogues. I don't remember really how many we had because I wasn't religious at all.
Miss Student, what were your hobbies? What did you like to do besides studying?
I was a Zionist. I belonged to the Shomer Atzayir organization. And we tried very hard to collect money and to send from Pushkas the Keren Kayemet, and to send to Israel to buy land from the Arabs. That's what I remember. All my life, I was involved with the Zionist organization.
You mentioned that you didn't have much relationship with the non-Jews living in Makov. How big was the Jewish community, do you recall?
The Jewish community was separate completely from the Gentiles. But myself, personally, I had a neighbor, Gentile people, a little girl, and we used to play all my life together. We loved each other. Her name was Wanda, and she lived a neighbor from my house, neighbors. And she was Gentile, and we didn't mention about Jewish, about Gentiles. We used to play in the street like children, and we loved each other.
Do you recall her last name?
I called her Wanda, a Polish name.
Mrs. Student, was there any signs of anti-Semitism?
Was a big anti-Semitism. They didn't like us in school. I went to school with Gentiles people together. This wasn't a Jewish school. The school which I finished the 7 grades. I realized that anti-Semitism was a lot of jealousy because the Jewish children, they were smarter than the Gentiles. We were very good in arithmetic, and they were very, very low in arithmetic, and they used to be very jealous. I remember this. We couldn't have the same, I don't know how to say in English, marks. Even we were very good. We didn't receive good marks. And we realized that later. Not when I was 6 years old, I was too small. But when I was by 11 years old, 12, I realized that even we were very good students, they didn't pay attention to us too much. They pay attention, the teachers, more in the Gentile children.
While you were growing up in Makov, how were you affected by the rise of Nazism in 1933 in Germany? Did you feel any?
In 1943, I wasn't in 33. I didn't realize too much. We had papers, and we read it. I was then very young. How old I was in 33?
Probably
14 years. By 14, 15, I read the papers that something happened is going on in Germany, that they are throughout the Jews, that is anti-Semitism. But we didn't pay attention to that things because we were busy with our lives. Schools, parents, sisters. But we didn't pay attention of that too much.
With the rise of Nazism in Germany, did you feel more anti-Semitic remarks by the non-Jews living in
Say it again, I didn't catch up this question.
With the rise of Nazism from 1933 on, did you feel while growing up in Makov any change?
It was a change. Was a change. We had a lot of problems. But Gentile people, we didn't have pistols, we didn't have dead people. Nobody killed nobody. They said in Polish, Żyd, go to Palestine, in Polish. Idź do Palestiny, Żyd. They throw sometimes a stone of us. But they didn't beat us. We didn't feel that bad. In the stores, we felt anti-Semitism, yes. But in the small town, wasn't that much. I think more in the bigger towns. I am from a very small town. We had only 10,000 people. That was very small in stores, in little stores. This was very short, very small.
Mrs. Student, before the occupation started, how was for you a regular day?
A regular day was very normal. We went to school. We didn't have time for a lot of things. We went to school in the morning. We went to school. We came home. We had dinner with parents. We had, in the middle of the day, 3 o'clock was dinner. We had 2 meals, breakfast and dinner. And 5 o'clock, I went to another school, to Heathers. We didn't have time to think about anti-Semitism and about politics. We didn't talk about politics. We were very busy with our regular life, going to school and doing homeworks from 2 schools. I think that's enough. But my older brother and older sister, they were crazy to emigrate from Poland. That's what they all were talking. But in the small town, we didn't have factories where to go to work. We had to live only in the house where the parents made a living. And that's what they grew up, my brother, my sister, and they were thinking always to emigrate to another country.
Mrs. Student, what were for you the first signs of danger while living in Makov? When did you feel danger to your life?
Danger when I had a boyfriend when I was 18 years old, 17 I had, something like that. I fell in love, and I had my boyfriend. We went out, and we were thinking to emigrate together. Mostly we were thinking to go to Israel because we didn't see a future for us. We knew that the anti-Semitism is growing. We understood what's going on, but in my case, I was a Zionist. My future life was only thinking or to go to Israel or to go to America. And was anti-Semitism. We felt anti-Semitism. Of course we felt it. They didn't like us, and we didn't like them neither. Because when we had a wedding, a Jewish wedding, the wedding finished so beautiful. We kissed each other goodbye. That's nice. They had a wedding. They were all drunk. They drunk people in the street. And the wedding was finishing, beating each other up. So, can you imagine the difference from our life with them life? Wasn't a day you couldn't see people drunk in the streets, lining in the street. They were always drunk after a big party or after a wedding. That's what I remember. We didn't have drunk people. We had a schnapps. You know what a schnapps is in Yiddish? A little drink, Shabbat, wine. But we didn't have drunk people, but Jewish people. That's what I remember. And they were jealous, especially the young generation, the girls. Their boyfriends, their husbands, they were, a Sunday, they always finished their parties being drunk. They didn't know what's going on with them. They beat each other. So I think, my opinion, they were very jealous at our life. Our life was different.
Mrs. Student, how it affected you, the occupation of German forces in Poland?
When the Germans occupied my shtetl, I wasn't in my shtetl, in my town. I left before they occupied my shtetl, my town. My mother was very scared, and she wanted me to go to Warsaw because I was young, and she was scared that the Germans, they will do something to us, bad things. So she said, we have a brother in Warsaw, it's better go to the big city. In there, they will not find you so quickly because it's a lot of people. So first of all, go to Warsaw. And that's what I did.
What happened the day you left? How did you leave Makov?
Very good condition, because I'm talking about my family, what I know. Everybody was in their own house. We had a little grocery, and my mama was very scared. It's coming a war. If the Germans will occupy us, first of all, we have to be prepared with matches, candles, and food. It's very important. So we had a little grocery, so my mama kept it in the house. Everything, how you say, a sack with sugar, flour, rice, things to eat. And she said, first of all, I am prepared and I have food. Whatever will be, or we will not have bread, we have a lot of flour, and we will have something to eat in the house. Didn't affect me. When I left Makov, we had plenty of food in the house, and everything was normal because the still was free from the Germans. The Germans didn't occupy then the main town when I left to Warsaw.
How did you leave Warsaw?
In my shtetl, we had one bus, only one bus. The rich people, they could afford to go by bus to Warsaw because it was about 5 hours to drive to Warsaw. But the poor people, we took a horse with a wagon, you know, the horses, and we had to travel all night, not to spend that much money. But I was comfortable, and my mama said, we have money, take the bus and go. This was the last trip, no more trips with buses. But my mama sent me to this bus. We were sitting like sardines, one over another in another. We couldn't breathe. I couldn't wait the moment to be in Warsaw. When we arrived to Warsaw, I was so delightful that I had to get rid from this bus. When I came, and when I stepped out, I thought that I am in the worst place in this world because the bombs, they were so much bombs they threw. Was an alarm from the Germans. This wasn't every hour. A few times a day, they bombarded Warsaw. The Germans, they were very close to Warsaw, and they couldn't take it. It was a big fight. And I knew right away I made the biggest mistake why I came here, because in Makov is still good. No bombs and everything is quiet. But anyway, I am there. I went to my brother's house, and when I knocked in the door to my brother, and he opened the door, he was pale. He was with his girlfriend. He said, why you came to Warsaw? We are hungry. We have no bread. We are 3 days with empty stomachs. And we know you have plenty of bread. Why you came here? Did you bring a piece of bread? He scared me. Why he's asking me about bread? He doesn't ask me how my mama, my sister. I realized that this is a terrible situation, this house. They have no water and no bread. The Germans closed the water, and they didn't give them food. And was a fight. And after 5 minutes, they announced to go to the shelters because it's coming bombs. Excuse me. And we ran to the shelters. I wasn't used to that because in my shtetl we didn't went through the things. We went downstairs to the shuttles because the bombs, this was the street Nalewki. My brother lived in Nalewki. The street was Nalewki. We went to the shelter, and I saw so many people, young mothers with small children. It scared me so much. And my brother was older from me with 10 years. And I lost my father, I was a little girl. I was by 10 or 11 years old. So he was like my older brother. He was a very extremely intelligent man. And he was very rich in Warsaw. He had a factory from printing. You say printing in English. A printing factory. And in this shelter, he had a lot of machines keeping, because after the war, he will use it again. Now it's at that time, he kept it, all the machines in this shelter. And I said, the bombs, they are coming. And I was near him. He said, no, don't stay near me. Will be bombs here. Go where you feel to go. Now I am not smart anymore. Now it's a wall. We are all the same. Don't follow me. I am staying here in this corner with my girlfriend. Maybe you will choose a corner to stay. Maybe you will be more lucky than I am. Nobody knows. I didn't like this. He separated me with his girlfriend, and I went to a corner. I didn't think what he told me. And I heard the bombs, and this was terrible, and I closed my ears, and after, when they finished, the bombs was quiet. I opened my eyes, I see around blood, people, hands apart, heads apart, dead people around. And I say, oh my God, I am alive. And I look, I have my hand, I have my feet. I scream, Chaim, Chaim. He said, Chana, where you are? And I said, here I am. We couldn't find each other. My brother was with blood. I see him. He sees me, but I don't see me. And he said, are you hurt? Hurts you something? I said, no, doesn't hurt me nothing. And I saw so many pieces from glass, little mirrors, glass. I wanted to see my face. If I had my nose, I see hands on one side, heads on the other side. It scared me. I never saw a thing like that. I took a piece of glass, mirror, and I look at my face that I can see my eyes, but nose, I am with blood from other people. My brother's girlfriend was a nurse. So she said, Angela, are you okay? Yes. All the three of us, we went upstairs. I didn't care about any people. Who is alive, who is not alive. I just wanted to go to my room with my brother and his girlfriend. We went upstairs, and we washed us. Always they kept a little bit of water to have it. We washed very careful, and we didn't have water enough. They were very stingy with water, just a little bit. We cleaned up our faces and everything. Oh, you are already, we are lucky. We are defeated, we are not damaged with nothing. And we are hungry. Hunger is the worst in life. When you are hungry, you don't think about nobody. You just think to fill up your stomach. So the problem was hunger. We have no bread. And I said to my Chaim, you know what I will tell you? I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going home. I'm going to Makov. What will be, will be. I will pick up a sack with bread, and I will bring here bread. That's what's in my mind. I didn't think if my mama is alive, if my sister is alive, what's going on in Makov. I just wanted to pick up bread and to bring to Warsaw to my brother. Because I saw them so green, so pale, no bread. All of a sudden, Germany is Germany. They took over Warsaw. Oh, we were so happy we kiss each other. We will have bread and a little bit water. And they announced to be quiet, not to be panicked. All the people from the small towns should go home. We will have work and we will have food and water. I didn't think about anything. I'm going home. So my brother said, first of all, you go home, pick up a lot of bread and bring us bread. Can you imagine? He didn't ask me about my mother if she's alive. They were thinking a person is so selfish when they are hungry. Hunger is a terrible thing. It's hard to talk about them. I cannot express myself, the feelings. No, I didn't go home. They announced, the Germans, that we have to go to the bakeries, to the closest bakeries. We will receive bread. I was happy. My brother had money. He gave me 1,000 zlotys. I remember like now. 1,000 zlotys was a lot of money. Like here, I cannot explain to you, a lot of money. I cannot calculate the value from 1,000 zlotys. I took the money and I went to the nearest bakery. My brother couldn't go. They were so weak. They were so hungry. I wasn't that bad because I came from Makov and I had food enough, but I was young. I was 20 years old. And I said, Angela, take money, go to the nearest bakery for bread. I went. I stay in a big line. A lot of people, I don't care. They give bread, so I will stay 2 hours, 3 hours, even all night. People, they go out with bread and they eat the bread up and they are so happy, you know. For me, it was tragic, this. When I came to the window, they closed the window, no more bread. To go back to my brother's house with the 1,000 zlotys, I was looking in the street, maybe I will buy from somebody. Nobody looks at me, nobody talks. People, they take the bread and they go home. Can you take paper and swallow? This was paper, money, paper. Can you swallow 1,000 zlotys? But you can do with the paper 1,000 zlotys. You cannot swallow that. Money they have enough, but bread is not. I came home, I knocked on the door, and I said, my brother was so upset. They didn't talk anymore. They stopped talking. I said to my brother, I'm going home. So how you will go home? Your shoes, they are not good anymore. You cannot walk. I said, I will find somebody. I know how to walk. I will ask. I'm going home. The Germans the Germans wasn't that bad when they came. In the beginning was. I kissed them goodbye, and I promised them I go home, and I couldn't make it this time. I will bring them from lack of bread. I go in the direction, and I don't know where to go. I asked some policemen, still was policemen in the street. They told me go to the right, to the left. You will find a way to go to the city. I go in the direction they told me, and I find some lady walking. The lady was wearing a crest. So I imagine that she is Gentile. But I spoke a beautiful Polish, no accent at all. Maybe my face is Jewish. This was very bad. Who was a face, a Gentile face, was saved. But my face wasn't Gentile. My Polish was excellent. And I asked her in Polish, where you are going? She's going to Markov. To Markov? I'm going to Markov. So let's go together. She said, but how we will walk? She has no money. I said, I have some money. I will pay the wagon. We will go together. We walked to the shtetl. In walking, I lost my shoes ripped out. No shoes. I'm without shoes. I'm with socks. And she said, Hancia. In Polish, my name is Hancia. She says, Hancia, are you Jewish? She asked me in Polish. I said, yes, I see you are Gentile. I told her the truth. Because I said, I cannot lie. I will not lie. I'm Jewish. And I'm in trouble. I have no shoes. She says, don't worry. I will help you. They still had good people. We cannot say that all the Gentile, the Polish, they are so bad. I was lucky with people. I always find good people. It's still not everybody the same. It's many kind of people you can find. And she knocks the door in a house. And she answered her, the lady, I cannot let you in. Why? Because it's a wall and I don't know you. She was right. She knocks in another house, the door. A lady comes out, what do you want it in Polish? And she said, proszę pani, in Polish, we need a piece of bread and water. We are going to Markov, and we couldn't find a wagon with a horse to go. So we're walking, maybe we will find walking.
Mrs. Student,
You want me to stop?
we're going to make a brief pause and we will continue with
Yes.
This is tape number 2.
We went to the other house. She knocks on the door, and the lady said, what do you want it? She said, please give us a piece of bread and water. We're going to Markov. And we couldn't find a wagon with a horse. We wanted to pay, but we couldn't find them. My friend lost the shoes. She has no shoes. Can you help us? She said, I have no shoes, but I can help you. In the town, the people, they are very good. She gave me straw, a lot of straw, some a little, with, con una soga. And me amarraron las.
Yeah, they tied up this.
Me tied up with the soga. And she gave us bread, which was very good.